Alright everybody, welcome back to Danganronpa playthrough! So, last time we got Makoto out of a smelly situation, and we are heading into investigation time in the final chapter! So let's get ready to destroy despair! I like my intro. I did. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. There were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. Maybe that's why they had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Ikasaba Makoto, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. Thanks, Makoto. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open, right? After that, I'll have to double-check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Alright, time to get started! Nice! Thank you, list. I like the star. Alright. This is it? I think this is it. That's it. Okay. Yay. Alright. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms. Which means I have to do it. There's some nice stairs. This is the second floor? It looks like some ancient ruins. More, it's like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up in here or something. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. So literally nothing in here. Is that supposed to be a giraffe? This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope's Peak students who came before us. The class before us must have used these lockers. Ah, so many! I wonder if I can open this. Oh, right, I need to go to the headmaster's room first, don't I? It's a card reader installed in the door. This must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers from the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. And you have to use your e-handbook to open these up. So does that mean... Well, let's give it a try. I took out my handbook and ran it across the card reader. And then... no luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it. Alright, actually, yeah, I think... This room doesn't feel like a student's room at all. It has more adult atmosphere.
So,
it's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko! I've been to this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. Regret? Kyoko looks almost weak right now. She must be thinking about something. Probably shouldn't bother her. There's a PC on the desk. It must have belonged to the headmaster. Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. The PC still has some research left on it. And we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair. That's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know. The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people, whose driving force comes from despair. And that's all there is to it. Not much to it, is there? But I guess that's the best he could do as a complete Kirigiri failure. But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on. I see. That's a good outlook to have. Nice! It's a strange gap in the wall. Is this some kind of design mistake or a construction defect or something? There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming from it. A breeze? There's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. That mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out some kind of trick or something? A very easy trick. So easy, I'm not sure you can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open up. But I don't have a clue what the password might be. All we know is it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. We can't really go from there. Alright, that's not nearly enough to go on. I looked through all his paperwork, all the files on the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but nothing that might have been his password. When I think about how much time I wasted on this. Jeez. But there's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That's what she meant by regret. I think we can assume there must be some kind of clue in there. But maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyways, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. And if Kyoko can't figure it out, no way I stand a chance. No, wait. There might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? What? I'm sorry, I was just thinking of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her father, the idea that he would use her name as his password. Knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. Do you mind if I try it? Just to be sure?
So,
It's not like you need my permission. You want to try it? Try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. You know, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name. But if it's not it, it might just hurt her even more.
ne,
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself, then turned to face the computer. Let me just type the password. My hands were tense, slightly trembling it, and as I finished typing it in, what? It worked! Kyoko, it worked!
どうして
Hi. Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko. Kyoko? I may as well not have even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on one thing. Present? Wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. What's in the box? There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting a kind of bad vibe from it. I mean, we can't not open it. Okay,
苗木くん
be careful, Makoto. You think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous. But surprising, probably. Huh?
どうやら
If it's what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, so you know what's in there?
とにかく
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay. I'm just gonna open it. Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath, then took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted it up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. I stole a hesitant glance inside and... Hate his scream. Koko's advice was no use. I let out a trembling cry. What was in the box? It's bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. And who could have possibly imagined?
なるほどね
Just as I thought. What? Just as you thought? How could you have known that? I mean, there's bones in there! Human bones!
違うわ
It's not that I was thinking of bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing! A dead guy in a box! My father. Huh? What about him?
そう
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body. That's my father. Or at least, what's left of it. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? The same man she's been searching for? Hold on. How can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
それは
Given all the information we have already, that's the only possible answer. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned this all out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in this school right now. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyways, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... in this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Alter Ego said the headmaster was probably here in this school. But the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
つまり
that most likely my father was in this school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. As Kyoko explained her analysis, she was completely calm. Or no, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point, she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Would she really give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. The headmaster's desk. It's probably hides some sort of clue, so I really want to check it out, but... I don't want to touch her dad's desk without her permission.
ね
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. Are you sure?
えだって
Never let anything get in the way of an investigation. I don't. Okay then, if you don't mind. Starting from the top, I opened all the drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one. But in the last drawer... Huh? What's this? It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label on it that says, in case of emergency. I'd found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
つまり
A handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what this is. I think you're probably right.
どうやら
It might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But, Kyoko,
私は
I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. And I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay? This picture. It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko!
本当に
Oh, this is annoying. I came here to cut myself free of the past. And yet... to now find something like this. What do you expect me to do now? Right. It's a picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. Knowing the headmaster had this picture all the time. He must have really cared about her.
どうして
What? What? I wanted to face him and tell him myself. To cut him out of my life for abandoning me. It's the whole reason I came here. And now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father?
Ne.
Listen, Makoto. Huh? Can I ask you a favor? What is it?
それは
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this. And I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
ね
Would you leave?
そう
Just for a little while. I just like to be alone for a bit. Don't go. Don't worry, I'm fine. I just need to calm down a little.
ちょっと
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to oh, wait. Is that what you're going to say? If so, it's just a theory. And this isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through.
私は
That problem can't be solved so easily. Right.
とにかく
Once I've gotten myself under control, I've returned to the investigation immediately. But please, just give me some more time to myself. And I'll see you later. Kicked out. Guess I didn't need to look at that other thing. Is she really okay? Kyoko. Must have been a complete shock to her. It was a shock to me. To find out what happened to the headmaster? No doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. He killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. Dead. The one leading the Hope Peak staff, the one who finalized the plan to isolate you, was the Hope Peak's headmaster. So the same person may very well be the mastermind who planned all this out. And according to the files, the headmaster is a man in his late 30s. It seems possible, even likely, that he's somewhere in the school right now. But we were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind. Which means the mastermind's true identity? How many times have we repeated this line of dialogue? "15 of us met in the main hall, and add Makoto to the mix and you get 16. And including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else, dead." Even Makoto. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are... me. Yakuya. Hiro. Toko. Hina. And Kyoko. Only those 6 people are left alive. And there's no question. Wait, no, it can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. Leather chair. Not entirely sure what this is pointing at. I like the eye over there. And open up some lockers. I wonder if I can open this locker. Wait, but what about that emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Alright, let's give it one more try. I took the emergency handbook and ran that across the card reader and... beep. Yes! Just what I was hoping for. Now let's see what we've got. The locker's totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. This is a crystal ball. A crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Is this a deck of playing cards? Tarot cards. But wait. Aren't those used for telling fortunes? It's just a coincidence. All kind of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever's stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. I picked up one of the notebooks I saw. But the moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written, Hagakura Yasuhiro. This is our Yasuhiro? The notebook also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes. Which would mean... he attended classes here? Can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us. And we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So what is this notebook? sense here. Beep. This thing is practically empty. But there's one little notebook. It's just one thing. Some kind of pocketbook. I don't see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure whose it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. Don't like the violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. Well, you know the owner's dead. It looks like a girl's handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there. Words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. He was willing to give me more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. Genius is a bit far-stretched. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. So that's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone else. Can't imagine a worse father. This can't be true, can it? But I knew it was, and I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko. It couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And what she wrote here completely contradicts what she already told me. She said she hadn't seen her dad since she left when she was little. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly. It just so happens to be the headmaster, father. What does this all mean? I quickly scanned the remaining pages of the notebook. I must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing. But when I reached the last page, the question marks spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. What does it mean? How could this possibly make any sense? The more I see, the less sense it makes. Because these lockers, I mean, they had to belong to the previous students, right? But why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the lockers that look like they belong to people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro. And a pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko. Has to be some kind of explanation. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward. And I have to believe in everyone. don't think there's really anything left. Alright. Makoto! Are you here to look around too? Is that what you're doing? Yeah, I can't help but wonder about that Monokuma door. So I figured, if all the doors had been unlocked, that one should be too, right? Although I couldn't bring myself to open it. Because it might explode, right? And that'd really suck. So you open it. I'm sure she didn't mean it, but she made it sound like she was okay with me getting blown up. You are the lucky student. I'd put you in front too. And you literally just survived an execution. You know, raced over to a nearby desk and hid underneath it. Okay, go ahead. Everything will be okay, right? Alright, here goes nothing. I threw all my weight into it, but the door opened much easier than I expected. Like how the paws are bear paws. There was no explosion, thankfully. My first impression was... This place is totally sci-fi! I was kind of thinking the same thing. There's some kind of hatch on the floor. But right now I'm more concerned about that weird device. What is this? It looks like some kind of control panel. It's really over the top though, like some kind of military installation or something. Yeah, it kind of looks like a mech cockpit, right? Hifumi'd probably freak out if he saw it. Cockpit? So the Monokuma room has a control panel that looks like some kind of cockpit. Then could that mean... Alright, let's start poking at it or whatever. I'm gonna start smashing buttons. Hold on! You can't just... Or whatever, something like this. But it was too late. Hino was already jabbing away at the control panel. Huh? Did you hear that? Yeah, I think it came from the other room. You know, what did you push? I'm not totally sure, but I think it was that one. The button that says Data Center. Data Center? I took a good look at the control panel. And I saw a bunch of buttons, each with the name of a room next to it. And just like Hina said, there was one labeled Data Center. That must be the one she pushed. The data center. It's right next door. The room we were just in, that's where the strange noise came from. I'd probably go better check it out. Yes, please. I'm kind of scared out of my brain right now, so I'll just cheer you on from over here. Blah! Did I just hear what I think I heard? Is that Monokuma? Hey! Rawr! Rawr! Give me all your donuts. Is that Yurina? What? Aw, man, busted. How did you know? Anyways, what is this? Some kind of remote control camera kind of setup? You don't even know what you're controlling? Well, I mean, I can't really see anything from in here. Oh, guess what I found? A self-destruct button. Whatever you do, don't push it. Aw, man. Were you seriously gonna push it? Anyways, I guess that settles it. The room with the Monokuma drawing on it and the control panel inside. Controls Monokuma. Whoa! Makoto, what the heck was that just now? Monokuma. Huh? What do you mean? What you were controlling just now was Monokuma. Monokuma? What? For real? Yep. Looks like a panel definitely controls Monokuma. Which means the mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. We're definitely in here. The mastermind has been controlling Monokuma from this room. And this control room is totally separate from the data area with all the monitors. In other words, maybe the mastermind can't monitor us and control Monokuma at the same time. Kyoko's theory was right. But if the mastermind's been controlling Monokuma from here, that means they've been inside the school the whole time, right? I guess that would have to be true. But if that is true... Oh my gosh, how many times are we gonna see the same speech? And the mastermind, Monokuma's puppeteer, really is the 16th student? No, it can't be. There's no way, right? What's wrong, Makoto? I don't like that face you're making. Oh, no, it's nothing. Okay. What about you? Is everything okay? Well, it's just... This is where the mastermind's been hiding, right? Who knows if they set up traps or something? I can't say it isn't possible. But I really hope it's not true. But like... You want to leave soon? There's still other places to check out. Yeah, good point. We can't waste all our time standing around here. Alright, you want to get going? Yeah. Oh, come on. Let's just scare somebody. Just pop into Monokuma. As soon as the door to the data center was closed, I heard a strange sound. What's that? The door! It just locked on its own! What? My hand shot out and grabbed the doorknob. You're right, it's locked, but why? Of course it's locked, because the data center is now restricted! Monokuma! Hey, no fair! You can't just go around restricting whatever you feel like. It's for your benefit. Because if that room stays open, I won't be able to move around. Imagine how depressed everyone would get if the school mascot just stopped moving. Then that room. As you may have guessed, that's where my controls are. So right now, you're being operated by someone in that room. Correctamundo. But that doesn't make any sense. We were just in there and we didn't see anyone. Oh, you didn't, did you? Are you sure you were as thorough as you could have been? Well, I tried to be, but Makoto was like, I don't care. Did you happen to check a certain suspicious hatch? Well, I tried to, but no way! The hatch on the floor? Boo, too bad. That was your one big chance and you blew it. Of course, that hatch can't be opened from the outside anyway, so whatever. Now then, this room's officially restricted. No more investigating her. I'll be relying on you guys to tell the others. Peace. It's gone, but... was he telling the truth? The mastermind was hiding in there? In fact, if you think back to when we got locked out of the control room, that proves it for sure. Huh? And when I said we should leave? Well, the hatch couldn't be opened from the outside anyways, right? Oh, it's not your fault. Oh man. Okay. Anyways, we don't have to let it get to us. We have to stay positive and make the most of the time we have left. Alright. If there's one thing I'm good at, it's keeping my body moving. Yes. Okay, I'm gonna go run and tell everyone what we found here. Nice, you got me all motivated again. Alright, I'm out. See ya. Hina took off at a full sprint. And I have to do what I can too. There's only one way forward. This is the headmaster's room. I've heard an awful lot about it, but this will be my first time seeing it for myself. Oh, Makoto, it's you. Hey, Byakuya. There are documents scattered all over the floor. Somehow it makes me feel anxious.
Oi.
Hey, Makoto. Are you ignoring me? You think I'll forgive that just because you're you? Wait, when we get out, if you remember this moment. Sorry. Well, you came to the right place this time. Would you like to see something interesting? What do you mean, something interesting? Sorry. Take a look at this. It was on top of that pathetically ostentatious desk. Class 78 student registry. Contains profiles for all of us and Mukuro. Apparently, Class 78 refers to us. Wait, when we found Mukuro's profile in Kyoko's room... That's right, it also mentioned Class 78. This must be where Kyoko got that page. And since the rest of our profiles are listed in there along with hers... there can be no doubt. Mukuro was just a student here at Hope Speak Academy like the rest of us. Ixaba Mukuro, the 16th student. That must be how Kyoko learned about it. But it seems that Kyoko was in a hurry. What do you mean? I'm talking about when she stole it. The uneven tearing, the way the paper had been crumpled, she must have been in a hurry. Well, since she snuck in to get it, I'm sure she wanted to get out here as fast as possible. But what's your point? She was in so much of a hurry that she only got the first page. The first page? Correct. Mukuro's profile actually contains 2 pages. What? In other words, when it comes to this profile, There was more information that we didn't have. What kind of information is it? Why do you ask me to explain every little thing? You can read, can't you? Well, last time you yelled at me for ignoring you. It seems to be some sort of detailed report put together by the headmaster himself. I don't know what kind of man he was, but I'm glad he left us such an interesting clue. I was half listening to Byakuya as I skimmed through that report. Makoto reappeared suddenly, and in the background an entity floats, close but just out of reach. The entity known as the Ultimate Despair. Right now I can't be sure if this is a single person or some kind of group. Whatever it is, Makoto definitely has some sort of connection to it. I have a bad feeling about this. I need to push forward with my research into the Ultimate Despair. And I need to pay attention to Makoto's behavior too. This is just my gut feeling, but I think she's dangerous. Despite the countless battles she must have gone through as a member of Fenrir. When she entered Hope's Peak, she didn't display any signs of battle wounds or scars. That fact alone proves her tremendous skill in the battle. Naturally, I want to believe in her. She's one of my students after all. But if I decide she's a danger to the other students, I will be forced to take reasonable measures. Makoto was a part of the Ultimate Despair. I don't think there can be any doubt about that now. But who wouldn't that mean Makoto and the Mastermind were allies? Wouldn't that mean? So why? Why would they kill Makoto? Plus, even the headmaster seemed to be afraid of what Makoto was capable of. They would have had to take her completely by surprise to kill her like that. Or maybe it means the Mastermind is even stronger than Makoto was.
Nanda.
What's wrong, Makoto? Huh? You
You
seem to be lost in thought, but I should probably point one thing. There's another bit of information within that file you should note. What is it? Did you notice the picture in there? A picture of a girl you've never seen before? A girl who seems to be included as part of our class 78. That should be enough for you to figure out who the girl is. And further information about the girl is included in the file. 5 foot 7 inches, 97 pounds, and it even lists her vitals, 31, 22, 33, 2. Well, what do you think? Do I think? Are you asking me, like, if she has a nice body? You hopeless idiot. What I'm trying to tell you is maybe you'll want to keep that in mind for later. Maybe you'll make your way back to the corpse and maybe you'll think, oh, that could mean... Wait, is he trying to say... There's a chance that body isn't actually Makoto? Is that what he's saying? Personally, what I'm thinking seems all but impossible, but it wouldn't hurt to confirm, right? That's all I was trying to say. What do you do with that information is your business. I'm back to being Byakuya's errand boy. Nice. Oh, and one last thing. It's a bit of advice for me to you, so I suggest you pay attention. Advice for me? You seem to be getting along with Kyoko quite well. It's not that we're getting along, she's just done a lot to help me. But don't put too much faith in her. Huh? The cost of that faith might be more than you can afford. What are you saying? Just what I think. Call it a hunch. A hunch? But my hunches tend to be proven right. The advice is free this time. Take it or don't, as you will. I'll keep it in mind. Thanks.
Danganronpa.